Today I will explain the 2014 American action film, Welcome to Sudden Death. Get comfortable. The movie begins in a war zone. American soldiers are held hostage, and a female soldier is being tortured and asked to give some information. Jesse speaks up and tells his captor that she should be left alone and that she doesn't have the information they are looking for. Then Jesse is tortured in her place. He provokes them, and they start arguing. He manages to free himself and take out his captors. He then releases his partners, but one of the enemy soldiers sets up a bomb, and they make a run to escape. He is woken by his daughter Mara. Meanwhile, Alicia discusses with Jesse about him hardly being around, always working, and not spending quality time with his family. He apologizes and says he's trying to adjust, and that is why he wants to take his kids to work so that they can spend more time together. They have breakfast, and then they set out for a game. Later they go to the stadium and get to meet some of Jesse's colleagues and his children. Mara and Ryan learn that some important guests are also coming to watch the game. Jesse tells his kids that they will be sitting in the VIP section, and he gives them tags. He takes them to their sits, and he leaves them to work. Meanwhile, the guests arrive and are received by the mayor and the governor. The tech team, which is supposed to fit the Wi-Fi, arrives, and the security questions why there are so many for the job. The men respond that the numbers are necessary for the job and are let through. Meanwhile, the terrorists, who disguised as the tech team, go into a room to set up, fix their guns, and also dress up like security. Meanwhile, the match is about to begin, and the national anthem is sung. Simultaneously, the terrorist starts infiltrating the stadium security team, killing them. The VIPs are taken to a particular room, and the game begins. The terrorist gets access to the VIP room while killing the security in the process, and they make their intentions known to the governor and other VIPs. The governor confronts Alpha, who is the leader of the terrorist, and he is shot in the head. In the court, while the game is going on, Jesse's kids get into an argument about why their father isn't back. Ryan is less concerned about him not coming. Mara leaves to ease herself and happens to go to the security restroom to ease herself, only to meet the terrorists fighting and killing the security. They see her, and she makes a run for the door, but she's caught. One terrorist asks what he should do to her, and he's told to get rid of her, but he refuses, saying he can't kill kids, so they suggest that she's taken to Alpha. Meanwhile, in the VIP room, Diana Smart, arena owner and new media billionaire, is asked for $1 billion as ransom, which she says she can't get done. She says she can't just transfer such an amount to them. They give her a phone to enter her details so that when they breach her firewall, they'll transfer the funds via blockchain technology. The terrorists hack into the stadium system and get access to their communication and video feed. Jessie comes to the stadium only to find out that her daughter is not on site. After questioning her brother, he uses his iPad to track her, and he goes in search of her. In the security room, they realize that their communication is down. All the security iPads are offline except Jesse's own, and he receives a call from the head of security. Still, he ignores the call and continues searching for his daughter. The terrorist notices the tag on Mara's neck and realizes they are being tracked. They remove it from her and tell the other terrorists to kill Jesse when he comes. Jesse tracks the tag and realizes that he walked into a trap. However, he neutralizes the target and questions him about his daughter. The terrorist member refuses to talk and instead fights Jesse. Unfortunately, Jesse ends up killing him. Meanwhile, Mara happens to outsmart the terrorist member watching her and runs away from him. Diana recognizes Alpha and mentions his name, and he is a disgraced former CIA and counter-terrorism agent. Diana once funded an investigation into his unit's abuses of power. She reiterates how he killed a family during his time in service, and Alpha gets angry with Diana. Meanwhile, Jesse and the janitor run into two terrorist members who pursue them, and they escape. Mara is caught, and she's taken. Later, Jesse and the janitor come across a female terrorist who is fixing bombs. They ask about her ID, and she says she forgot it. They later fight, and she ends up killing herself. Jesse takes a look at the bomb, and he disarms the bomb. The janitor tells him that he should get Ryan and go out of the stadium, but he refuses and says he's not running. His daughter is still in the building and he can't leave. The janitor tells him that it is a suicide mission. Jesse then asks the janitor to help him, and they discuss how they will go about their plan. Alpha is really pissed and wants Diana to make a choice between killing her boyfriend or the mayor. Unable to, Diana offers up the ransom and he asks her to back to her seat. Alpha calls his colleague responsible for setting the bombs only to hear Jesse responding, and they both get talking. He tells the other terrorist members to find and kill Jesse. Mara is brought to Alpha in the meantime. Jesse goes back to the stands to talk to Ryan, who asks after her sister. He offers to help find her, but Jesse says if he wants to help, he is to stay in his seat and wait for his sister. Jesse tells him follow his orders, and no matter what happens or what he sees people do, he shouldn't leave his sit. Ryan agrees with Jesse and he leaves. Meanwhile, Jesse and the janitor go around disconnecting the bombs. Alpha questions Mara and asks for her name, which she refuses to say. The terrorist urges Mara about her father. Meanwhile, Jesse finds a way to the control room to uncover a way to send a message for everyone to evacuate the stadium. Still, the terrorists find him and he runs. They continue searching for him, and Jesse runs into his superior's officer. He is asked how he's still alive and realizes that he is also working for the terrorist. Jesse takes him out. Shortly after, Alpha calls Jesse by his name, and he's surprised. He then realizes that Alpha has his daughter. Alpha sends someone to pick up Ryan. In the VIP room, they track Jesse and give out his location to another terrorist to kill him. Jesse is pursued, and he runs off and eventually fights them in the locker room. Unlucky for them, Jesse kills all three of them. The janitor tells him where the terrorists are and shows him how to get there unnoticed. The janitor tries to disarm a bomb while Jesse goes to rescue his daughter. Suddenly, a bomb goes off and everyone runs. Jesse finally confronts Purnell, leading to an intense showdown. Purnell reveals his motives, and the two engage in a high-stake battle. Jesse fights the bad guys and Alpha makes a run with Mara. Jesse runs after them to the roof, where Alpha tries to escape through the roof. Sadly, Mara has a bomb on her wrist. Alpha fights with Jesse on the roof and Jesse is wounded, but he tries to take the bomb from Mara's wrist. He puts the bomb on Alpha's body, which explodes, terminating him. Jesse goes to find Ryan and head out of the stadium. Jesse is offered a job by Diana, and Alicia finds them. The movie concludes with the aftermath of Jesse's heroics. He reconciles with his family and reflects on the importance of protecting those he cares about. That was all from the video. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications.